El 4 de febrero de 1987, los Ramones se presentaron por primera vez en Buenos Aires en el Estadio Horas. 30 años exactamente después de ese show que inició una relación de amor entre la Argentina y los Ramones, dos de sus integrantes regresan al país para celebrar en un show en el Teatro de Flores. Hoy está con nosotros aquí en Conversaciones Richi Ramone, el baterista mítico. Thank you, Richi, for being here.
You?
How are you?
Very happy to be here. Very excited.
It's been 30 years since the Ramones, played for the first time here in Buenos Aires.
Exactly.
How do you remember that show?
Well, that was the first time we ever came down here, and it was so intense. I mean, the fans, the culture, everything down here was like on 10, you know? I mean, for some reason, Buenos Aires, Argentina, they've accepted the Ramones as one of their own, like we're from here. That's the feeling you get, so it's very special, you know?
Mm-hmm. So you didn't come back to Argentina since with the Ramones because you left the band then.
Right.
Why did you decide to play with CJ in this show?
Well, because, I'm doing my own thing now, and CJ's playing in his own band, but this was special to come back 30 years on the same date and play the same show we did 30 years ago. It was really
exciting. Same set list, right?
Same set list, yeah. So I thought it was special. It was really great, that CJ came on board to do it too. Plus, I mean, everywhere I go, they say, why don't you play with CJ? So now, what better place than Argentina to do this?
Wow. And you're going to play also with Mariano Martínez from Ataque 77
yes.
And Seba Expulsado from Expulsados. How did you meet them?
Well, Seba, we've done some shows together when I tour here on my own. Mm-hmm. And I don't think I've ever played with or worked with Martino. But I've heard a lot about Attack 77, and so I'm really excited to work with him too.
Do you like their music?
Yes. I mean, they're good.
Well, and it's the first time also that you play with CJ here?
Yes.
It's the first time ever?
First time ever, really. Yes, the whole show, yeah.
I
don't really know him that well. I've only spoken to him a few times, so it's going to be interesting.
And when did you meet?
Gosh, I met a few years ago in Nashville. I met him, and that was it. Only one day in Nashville, and I spoke to him last week, so...
Wow. What kind of Ramone do you think he is?
What kind of Ramone? He's different than me. He's a family man. He has children. I don't have children. He just seems like a regular good guy from speaking to him. Mm-hmm. I'm a little rougher on the edges, I think. So I think it's all going to work out great. We got rehearsals the next 2 days, and very exciting.
Perfect. You play with the Ramones since 1983.
Yes.
After Marky was fired from the band. So how did you ended up there?
Oh, just like any other job, it was an audition. I was hanging with some friends, and it just turned out that Johnny's guitar tech roadie was there at the party, and I said, "Oh, you're leaving?" He said, "Yeah, Ramones are auditioning drummers. I got to go to New York City." And I said, "Tell them about me." Next week, I got a phone call, and it just went to a few auditions and got the show. So it's really about being in the right place at the right time that got me this and changed my life forever.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you were 26 years old, right?
25.
25. So
I was a baby.
And you were a Ramones fan?
It's not like you would think. I didn't have posters in my room or nothing, I saw them when I was in high school. When I was 17, I saw them in a nightclub. And it was all kind of new because at that time it was disco and arena rock everybody was listening to. So was I like the diehard fan? No, I became this intense fan after being with the band for almost 5 years. I mean, then you really got to see firsthand what it was about, you know.
And what kind of music did you listen to at that time?
Before that? Yeah, we were all listening to, gosh, as a kid, or I mean, I was listening to Cro-Mags at that time, and you know, a whole bunch of bands. So it's really crazy how it all came together, you know.
Yeah. And you were the only drummer that recorded lead vocals.
Yes.
Why was that?
Why was that? Because Joey said, Richie, I want you to sing this song. Joey was always very supportive, and I was like, Joey, you're the singer. I don't want to sing it. He said, no, you sing it. And that's how it happened, you know. He was a guy who never liked to control things, always wanted me to contribute and always pushed me to the front. You know, a lot of singers, they push the drummer to the back or I'm the star type of thing. Joey wasn't like that. He always pushed me to write, pushed me to sing more at live shows. So he was very instrumental and secure in his own sneakers, as I said.
And how do you remember him?
I mean, just a great friend for almost 5 years. We hung together every night, every time on tour. Even in New York City when we were off, we were always together. You know, it's sad, you know. It's just crazy that they're all gone now. I just can't. It's unspeakable how this happened, you know.
Mm-hmm. And considering the things that he said about you, he really loved you, right?
Yeah. We were very, very close. Very close.
You wrote "Somebody Put Something in My Drink."
Yes.
And I think I know, but what it's it really about?
No, it's really about when I was 18, 19, I'd go out with my friend and we'd go to bars and stuff, and we didn't have any money. Mm-hmm. So when people went to dance or went to the bathroom, we'd steal the drink off the table. And then one night, you know, I started feeling funny, and it turned out that my drink had LSD in it, and nothing really happened, but I told that story to Didi when I was in the band. He said, oh, you should write that song. So I wrote that song thanks to him, and it's probably in the Ramones top 20 now of all songs, you know.
Yeah.
So
one of the most covered also. No?
Yeah, it's covered a lot, yeah.
Wow. And you left the band in August of 1987.
Okay, you know.
Is it true that you received an anonymous call saying that you would be fired?
Yes. I can't remember from who or whatever, but that's
because
what I heard.
It was anonymous, right?
Yeah. So I was the next day they were all out at my apartment, the management, and then someone told me, well, because we had 2 shows, after those 2 shows, you're going to get fired anyway. So that's why I quit. Who knows? I don't know if that was the right thing or the wrong thing to do, but I was still a kid, and I made my decision, and I move on, and, you know, you don't look back. You can't live with regrets, you know what I'm saying? So.
Mm-hmm. And you're still a Ramone. So.
Right, you can't take that away, I guess.
And what happened afterwards? Was it difficult to begin your solo career?
Yeah. It was difficult to even. I didn't start my solo thing for maybe another 10 years. Mm-hmm. I played in different bands, and then I stopped doing music for years. I just was tired of it, and I needed a rest. And then I came back in like 2005 or something. Joey Ramone always has a birthday bash in New York, and his brother invited me to that. So I started playing the birthday bashes every year. Then I started writing again, and people say you should do a record, and who knows? And now I got my second record out. It's really strange how things work. Nothing I do is ever really planned. I just let it happen.
And also you wrote a classical composition.
Yeah, I arranged, West Side Story.
Okay.
We didn't write it. Leonard Bernstein wrote the music, but we did an arrangement for orchestras, which was really fun.
And why was that?
Because I wanted, after taking off some time, I wanted to do something different. Mm-hmm. I think, you know, I've been playing drums since I was, 5, 6 years old. So I read music, and I wanted to do something that drove a 90-piece orchestra and was more involved for drumming, more technical. Rock and roll is just really holding it down, keeping that beat going. So it was really fun. I wanted to try something else. I think, try different things. It's fun. I don't have to just be this guy, who can only play punk rock or can only do that. Don't limit yourself, spread out a little.
Well, speaking about punk rock, what do you think being a punk means nowadays?
I think, people get confused. I think it always means what it should mean is really being true to yourself, not being a phony. You have something on your mind, say it, don't hide behind a glass wall. I really think it's just being the same guy you are on stage, the same guy you are at home. Don't change it, you know what I'm saying? So
are you still a punk rocker?
yeah. I mean, I punk rock and roll, but I'm definitely true to myself. I don't go out there and do cartwheels and things like that. What you see here is what you get on the live show,
So you grew up in New Jersey?
Excuse me?
You grew up in New Jersey?
Yes, Passaic, New Jersey.
How was your childhood? You said you started playing drums at 5?
Yeah. No, I had a great childhood, nice upper middle class childhood. Back then I had 4 other siblings, so my parents, excuse me, said, made every child learn an instrument, so that's what I did. I chose the drums.
And why did you choose drums?
Because I would always beat, and I was always tapping and everything, so I think that's part of it,
But you also play guitar, right?
Yeah, a little bit. I don't play it live, but I use it to write and stuff.
And now in your solo career, I have here your second album, Cellophane.
Yeah.
That have been released last year, right?
Yes, about 3 months ago. Yeah.
Do you play drums there?
I play drums and I sing on that, yeah.
And how is your solo career going?
It's going really good. I mean, we toured all over the world last year, 130 shows last year. So it's going really well. But this thing on Saturday is really special to play with CJ, and, it's just something different. But,
Do you know something about Martin Scorsese's project about...
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what's happening with it, if it's going to happen or not. I heard about it. Leonardo DiCaprio is going to play me.
Wow. Are you kidding me?
No. What do you think?
I don't know. I think he's shorter than you.
Yeah. They put him on a box.
But he looks alike you.
Right.
I know you must have a lot of stories.
Right.
But what is your most treasured Ramones memory?
You're right. There's too many, but every moment with that band was special. I mean, there's just too many stories. But what I take with the Ramones is how they treated the fans. They taught me how to treat fans with respect and dignity. That's why you see when the Ramones, we always face forward. We never turn around to the audience. Never put your back to the audience. They taught me a lot of cool things like that. So. Very excited.
Your career finished 20 years ago, but we still see babies using little Ramones t-shirts, and kids also look up to you.
Right.
What do you think the power of your legacy is?
Oh, there's a lot of power there, The Ramones carry a lot of weight, and the reason is they were innovators. They started this new sound of music in 1975, and that's why they'll be around forever and ever. And, as far as the T-shirts, you have CBGB's #1, and I think the Ramones is #2. Very, very popular logos, So the legacy is, you just try to give them respect and, try to, make them feel proud when you're doing your stuff, So.
And now, for your solo career, what things do you write about?
Oh, I always write about personal stuff to me. I'm not a political writer. I always write about things that I experience, personally on the road, here. When I get an idea, that's what I write about. I find it truer to do that than to just make up a story. It's more personal to me.
Joey said that you return the true spirit to the Ramones.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah. What do you think about that?
Oh, I love that. It's just such a great quote to put the spirit back in the band. I think when I came in, they needed a shot in the arm. They needed new blood, and I was that new blood. The kid from New Jersey just came in and started smashing around, and everybody got excited again, and, you know, we put out some good records then, so.
And what happened then to the Ramones? They lost their spirit? What do you think?
I don't know. What do you mean, after I left?
Yeah.
Possibly. I think, you know, I think they lost a lot of spirit, you know. After Dee Dee left, he was the main songwriter, you know, not taking anything away from CJ. Great writer and a great bass player, but he had really hard shoes to fill, you know. I was replacing Marky, so that was a piece of cake, no problem. But he had a really tough one to fill, and you know, when you become a new member in the Ramones, it takes a lot of work to get the respect of the fans, making sure, you know, they're very standoffish in the beginning because they want to make sure you're real and part of the family, you know?
Yeah.
So, but now it's all good.
And how do you get along with Marky? Have you met
I never
him?
talked to him, no.
No.
I think I met him once. We don't really get along, no. You know.
And you see each other with the other members?
Huh?
Do you
Well, there's no one left. There's only
no one
CJ,
left, CJ
yeah.
and...
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
So we're kind of all busy doing our own thing now.
But when you left the band, you keep in touch with them?
No, it was kind of, you know, I really didn't. I kept in touch with Dee Dee, but then Joey got sick, and, you know, so I didn't really keep in touch with anybody.
And how was playing with Joey in the Ya Know album?
Oh, great, but that was hard too because you had to listen to his voice over and over in the studio, you know, and it was like you kept looking, oh, is he singing over there, over there? It was really a little heartbreaking. It's still emotional to play some of those old songs that, you know, I played. So Saturday will be an emotional night playing that same exact set and thinking about those guys, you know. I looked at the back of them for 5 years, you know. So.
Well, and what do you think about United States nowadays?
What, Trump world?
Yeah.
I don't know, you know, I really don't know what's going to happen so far. Not too good, you know, and to me it's a little bit scary what's going on now, so we're all holding our breath. Hopefully he'll listen to some people and, you know, start doing the right thing rather than just being a cowboy and breaking all the rules, you know. I understand he wants to change things, but I think there's a better way to go about it. So I'm not a big fan of him, you know, so I just holding my breath, and I have my plane ticket to Costa Rica, or maybe I move down here till he's gone. We'll see.
And how do you see the music scene in your city?
The scene?
The musical scene.
Yeah, well, I live in Los Angeles now, but everywhere. The music scene has changed, you know. The rock and roll isn't number one anymore, you know. It's kind of number 3 on the list, hip-hop and dance music and pop like that. So I think it's changed everywhere. You know, it's very important that kids don't give up on going to see live music, you know, and live shows. Because there's nothing like seeing something live because it's different every time you go. You know, a lot of this music now is all computer-driven, and they put the thing in their ear, and it's the same concert every time, you know. But, you know, yeah, I really need them to come see live music rather than DJ. DJs are very big. Kids like to just go dance. So, you know, I think it's thinned out, but so it's very good to keep raising awareness in children about live music, I think. You know?
And what kind of music do you listen to now?
Well, I listen to a lot of stuff in the car. I listen to, you know, I've said in many interviews, all kinds of music. You know, from rock to punk to hip-hop, you know. I mean, especially driving in my car, I like to see what's out there most of the time, to see what kids are going for. But and I find, like, listening, even country, even listening to all that in the lyrics, helps when you write your own music. It always plants a seed somewhere, right? You know, when you listen to something, it stays with you. So.
Last year, David Bowie left this world.
Right.
Also, Lemmy Kilmister on December in 2015.
Yeah.
What do you think about their legacy?
Well, come on. You got Prince. You had a lot of people who left, and I think, you know, Lemmy was a fun guy, great friend that we'd see on the road a lot, you know, and I think it's coming to a time where we're going to see a lot of our idols pass away now, you know. Once you start getting in your 70s, you know, things change. But they left a great, you know, they all left a great stamp on the world with their music, you know, totally. So we'll see what happens.
Who do you think is the last punk rocker?
The last? What do you mean? I don't know.
Who would be the last alive?
Me, I'm going to be gone. If the Rolling Stones can be out there at 75, I'm going to try. You know?
Okay.
It's just that this type of music is very aggressive, very hard to play. You know, as you get older, it's fast, you know? It's very... So, but as long as I can stay healthy, I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to write another record soon and keep having fun because I love it.
So you will keep playing with this band. How is your band formed?
How was it formed?
Yeah.
I found everybody in Los Angeles, so I put it together there. But I have someone from London and I have someone from Sydney, Australia in the band, so.
Wow. And are you playing live?
Yeah, all the time.
You think you can visit us someday?
Oh, yeah, we were just here a few months ago.
Oh, on last year, right? And...
Sorry, I got a cough.
That's okay. What can you tell me about the playlist that you will play, the set list that you will play on Saturday?
Well, this tour was around the Animal Boy tour, so it has a lot of songs from Animal Boy on it. So.
Do you know them all?
Well, you have Love Kills on this one. You have, what else? Mama's Boy. A few others. I'm not going to give it all away.
Oh,
I've got to save a surprise.
Okay, so the fans will be happy.
Oh, yeah. And it's sold out, so it's very exciting.
Oh. Well, hope you return to Argentina.
I will.
Thank you so
I'll
much
be
for
here.
this.
All right, thank you.